This is William K. Murtaugh, Witness 1, and I would like to discuss a little bit the Kathy Watson phone call where Neely Blanchard allegedly confessed to the murder of Chris Hallett. Now, legally you can remove the word allegedly from this statement because Neely was convicted of the murder of Chris Hallett. However, there's this little problem. IBT, or the Crazy Canadian, has reported that Kathy Watson has declared that it was an impersonator that called her, and an individual was named. Now, here's the problem. First of all, Kathy Watson testified in court as a prosecution witness about that phone call. Neely Blanchard mentioned the phone call. At no point in the trial, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, was there ever a mention of someone impersonating Neely Blanchard in that phone call. As a matter of fact, Neely Blanchard has confessed over and over and over again in the trial that she shot Chris Hallett. Neely didn't say, "Not guilty, I didn't shoot Chris Hallett." Neely Blanchard said that she was not guilty based on temporary insanity. And the reason that she was not guilty of Chris Hallett is that she got angry at Chris Hallett. She saw a page that had abused children on it, and she went into a rage. She also had contended that the reason that she shot Chris Hallett was because she determined that Chris Hallett was a child trafficker and the E-clause was actually trafficking children rather than trying to help mothers get their children back. Now, let's do a little bit of a hypothetical here. Let's say that, okay, somebody impersonated Neely Blanchard when they called Kathy Watson. That person would had to have known that Chris Hallett had been shot that night. And that person would have had to have made arrangements to call Kathy Watson within a couple of hours of the incident. That individual would have to sound exactly like Neely Blanchard in order to convince Kathy Watson, who has known Neely Blanchard for quite a long time, that it was her. Now, since Kathy Watson knows Neely Blanchard, she's going to know her voice, and she should be able to pick up immediately that it was not Neely Blanchard in the call. But this does not happen. Kathy Watson notified the authorities, handed the recording over to the U.S. Marshal's office. Kathy Watson gave testimony to the Marion County Sheriff's Department in regards to that call. And finally, Kathy Watson testified in the trial. Never brought up the possibility, even at cross-examination by Neely, that it was a fake call, that it was somebody else making the call, and they could identify the person making the call. Did not happen. The only time we have heard about Kathy Watson declaring that that recording was fake was in an alleged phone call between her and the crazy Canadian. Now, if this turns out to be true, Kathy Watson is in serious legal trouble because she withheld information that could have acquitted Neely Blanchard. That, yes, she suspected that it was not Neely Blanchard in that call, but for 2.5 years, she kept quiet. She didn't say anything. She didn't call the state attorney's office and say, hey, I had time to think about it. That's not Neely Blanchard in that call. Someone impersonated her. It didn't sound like Neely Blanchard. Neely Blanchard herself could have at any time said that it was not her. I didn't make the phone call. I didn't confess to the murder of Chris Hallett. It's not me. She didn't say that. She got into a diatribe about why Chris Hallett's dead. About why she should possibly, if they're going to convict, make it second-degree murder, make it manslaughter. But no. No talk of that call being a way to set her up for something that she did not do. At no time did Neely Blanchard say that she did not shoot Chris Hallett. She didn't dispute the evidence. None of it. Didn't offer an excuse as to why her identification and her purse were at the house in a photograph. That the actual purse was identified in court. None of that. So what are we supposed to believe here? That's up to you folks. If you want to believe that there was some weird, sophisticated plot to frame Neely Blanchard for first-degree murder, that's your choice. But I was there for the entire week. Saw every minute of that trial. And at no time was there any indication from Neely Blanchard or anyone else that that was a fake phone call. But okay. If Kathy Watson believes what she said to the crazy Canadian, and that she actually said that, then Kathy Watson can contact the state attorney's office and tell them that she's recanting her testimony, that it was not Neely Blanchard in that call, and this could be grounds for Neely Blanchard to appeal to the 5th District Court of Appeals in Florida, get a new trial, and possibly get acquitted. So, someone needs to tell Kathy Watson that she needs to make up her mind. Did she or did she not get a call from Neely Blanchard? If she did not get a call from Neely Blanchard, then it's her legal duty to contact the state attorney's office and recant her testimony. And on the other side of this, if that phone call was genuine, Kathy Watson needs to make a statement to that effect in public in a form that is not biased. She can go on YouTube and make a video, or any of these other social media platforms and make a video. But she is going to have to get up there and say what is the truth. Was it Neely Blanchard in that phone call or not? No transcript is going to do it. It has to be her voice and her on camera. And if she doesn't do it, there's going to be speculation that she committed perjury in a first-degree murder trial. And that accusation, true or not, could land her in trouble with the state attorney's office. So the ball is in Kathy Watson's court. This is William K. Murtaugh, Mert Witness 1.